looking real festive there, sir. Real
Got my
festive.
shades, my beads, my drinks.
Uh-huh.
I'm ready to go.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
I'm not quite on theme, but
That's
look
my
what I
jingle
got.
jangle.
Look what I got in the mail today.
Oh, welcome to the Loverboy family. Yes.
How long did it take you to get yours?
A couple days.
You're joking. Do you know how
No, I'm
long
serious.
it took me? It's been 2 months.
Maybe that's the big difference.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not watching, I ordered Loverboy back when me and Emily started covering Summer House, and I just got them in the mail today. And Ethan put me some in the fridge, so I might try them on our second half as we celebrate the Dummies Take New Orleans.
That's right.
Hello, everyone. This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio podcast. I'm Sunday, pop culture professor, self-proclaimed expert on all things idiots in Southern Louisiana.
That is right. I am Jeff, the former Bravo noob, and always ready to go for New Orleans. Type of professional here, and ready to talk about what our folks did down there.
I cannot undersell how much I love New Orleans, and there are a couple of places that I've been. They went, so
yeah, same.
That was exciting. But to warn everyone what we're doing, we're going to talk about all 3 of the New Orleans episodes in once. More than likely, we'll have to split these up into 2 parts.
It definitely won't be one. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So could definitely come back. It's like a little bonus for you guys, a little special something that we did. So that way we don't have to pause in the middle of the action because, oof, these were some action-packed episodes. I mean, so heavy is the lore of Katie and Schwartz's bachelorette party that Nolan watched these episodes as a teenager wandering in and out of my living room while I'm watching it. And even she remembered the boys going in drag in New Orleans. She was like, oh, those are good ones. And I was like, I know. These are some good ones.
I've said it about certain little periods in our show watching. It's part of the reason I first suggested, let's do all this at once. Let's talk about it. I want to keep watching it. I think this would have been the worst for me to be like, next Thursday, waiting till week. Oh, I would have. And I rarely say that about shows. I like the anticipation, but this would have. I'm very happy we can watch it in a few hours now.
As it does in New Orleans, the days are rolling into the nights that are running into each other, and we're having a hard time sort of distinguishing between what's what. Before, though, by the time you guys are hearing this, we will have already premiered our very first episode of House of Stassi. Speaking of big news in this universe, which it's kind of tangential to Jeff and I are taking on House of Stassi, and he's raring to go. He knows about Bo. He knows about the sisters. He knows about grown-up Stassi. So it's going to be interesting to see this very first episode in which her and Katie reunite after a fraught few years. And by the time you hear this, the first episode of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, that is such a mouthful. And even the abbreviation is so weird that I can't even say it. It's just so much will be coming up. And Emily and I will be teasing some of that. So guys, go back and look for some of that. And of course, my Housewives Corner, that's where I kind of sit and I just kind of talk about whatever Housewives content that I have consumed that week. As always, vintage Vanderpump. Twice a week you get them, and you get 3 episodes this week because we have this extra one. Oh, and I cannot undersell the McBee dynasty now that me and Nolan are caught up. And now we just got into the gossip. It is ruining it for us. Don't worry, Jeff. Because
way to go. Way to stick in there. I'm glad you're strong.
I have to be part of the zeitgeist. I can't just be out here not looking at what Steven Jr. is doing. How much of the McBee have you participated with? Any?
Zip. Wouldn't know one of them if they walked in the house right now.
Not even one. It was Brooke then, right? It was Brooke that
I think she watched one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your jam for sure.
Who knows? It may eventually come my way. I have been watching more and more stuff lately, so.
Okay, so this one is, we're going to start with season 5, episode 15, Beads, Beers, and Tears, of which we have a lot of those. You showed up very festively in your beads. Hopefully there's been no tears and, beers long forgotten. But
no
to
beards.
Right. Remember, they're going to the bachelor. Nola, duh. Ariana is for the boys. James is an arrogant little punk. Katie is a mean drunk, and a lot of people think Sheena is fake, but mostly just Katie. Ariana is self-entitled, elitist, and stuck up. And Katie also thinks that. So that's where we pick up. Everybody's packing, right? Because that is one of the Bravo tropes that I have come to enjoy. Do you love a packing scene?
I like it too. I mean, I like the getting ready, and you also get the end of trip packing up when they're like hungover and leaving, like the bus is going to be here in 20 minutes. Like, it's a nice bookend for sure.
What is that principle where like your brain, whenever like you're stuck on something or like you have writer's block, they say to like go do something else, go take a shower or go play a card game, because when your brain disengages, you're more likely to get a good idea. So that's what's happening, is they're like focusing on the task. So they're not as guarded about as what they're saying and not as guarded about like, maintaining their persona. And so I love a packing scene because we kind of get to see little drops of who they actually are. And Stassi is stressed out. She's in charge of the bachelorette party, and Kristen joined. It's a lot riding on this party for Stassi.
It is. And I mean, I wanted to ask you, like, if you're in Kristen's position right here, because she's trying, like, how do you gas Stassi up? You're buddies with our Anastasia. I mean, she's like, you're fun and flirty. Like, I'm not flirty. Like, well, you're fun. Like, she's trying, and I commend her for it. But what do you think you do to gas Stassi up?
I mean, you have to just really bear down on the pretty of it all. Right? You have to really you should not be like,
sure,
hey,
she likes
could you please find someone to kiss so you'll just shut the fuck up? Like, that's not the tactic to take. But because Stassi's like, I'm negative and abrasive. And I'm like, and self-aware, apparently. But yes, you bear down on the pretty and you gas her up and be like, all right, girl, we're out here. We're about to sling it around New Orleans. Get after it. That is my advice. You know how
Sandoval should have had that on a t-shirt. That would have been great.
Yeah. But then she starts crying when she talks about Patrick. And it makes me laugh because she's like, oh, now I'm depressed and my psoriasis is coming back.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what I mean by, like, we just sort of see these moments of humanity because their brain is not locked into performing.
The way she like flops on the bed as she says psoriasis, I was like, that's real. That's a real moment right there. That's reality TV right there.
That's right. And the psoriasis is new news to us too. So that's what I'm saying. We go to Pampered Disco's house, and this is also a fairly infamous bit of Ariana and Sandoval lore that you can't run the microwave and the air conditioner, which we've seen this happen before.
Have they moved the microwave, I wonder? We don't need to talk about it. I was just wondering.
This is a different podcast. Her mom's there, though. I didn't get her name. I just was counting on you. What's her name? Stacey?
I didn't get it, actually.
Dang,
I usually do. Yeah. I think I was so looking forward to New Orleans. Some of the stuff at the beginning, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we can speak to it. Especially. Yeah. But what makes me laugh too is that everybody around orbiting the happy couple, quote, is kind of worried about the culture of this particular trip. Okay.
Yes.
What are we getting into? We're doing this joint party, and Katie's got something on her mind, and her mom was like, well, could Katie be having cold feet? Both of them are like,
yeah.
No. It could be 30 below and Katie wouldn't be having cold feet, okay? She is charging ahead no fucking matter what. So
there may be one speed bump. We'll see.
Daily Mail party. We have seen this party for the last 2 years. Bravo opted to not air it. That is what DJ James Kennedy is DJing. They requested for DJ James Kennedy to DJ it specifically, and LVP's like, fine, do it. I got to honor this commitment. Like, don't drink, don't fuck it up, and get your shit together, essentially.
She wouldn't mind if he fucked it up a little, though, I don't think. As long as Daily Mail was cool and he just looked bad. Yeah. I haven't thought of this phrase in a long, long, long time. But when I saw James Kennedy was just sticking around still, it reminded me of a guy I used to work with. I'm like, how's it going? And it was always real kind of pessimistic, but then sometimes it'd be real uplifting, like hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit. And that's how I picture James Kennedy.
And you do have to admire his tenacity too, because whether it is unearned self-confidence or whether it is just, get after it, he is like, hey man, give me another shot. And she shuts that shit down so unilaterally, so completely. I felt like he had to pick himself up by his shoulder straps because decimated. Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. No.
Yeah, she loved getting to do that.
You want to head to Azusa?
Finally. I mean, we heard about it like 2 weeks in a row out of nowhere. And now week 3, we're in Azusa.
Is it in the desert?
Yeah, it looked like it's pretty close to LA, but yeah. I mean, mostly right around LA in any direction. It's pretty much just desert.
In my brain, Azusa is like Sunnydale. Like it's the Hellmouth, right? And Sheena just barely escaped, right? That somewhere in Azusa, there is a pretty blonde girl fighting demons and kicking ass and just making a name for herself. But Sheena's in LA waiting tables.
Yeah.
That's how I perceive it.
That's had to be in the works at some point. Azusa, some kind of script about Azusa being that.
Yeah. The Hellmouth. People start trickling in, and Schwartz shows up in this goddamn muumuu, which he immediately converts into a symbol. This is what he wears when he's given up on life. And then he amends that statement a little bit when he's given up on the day.
I think Jax threw out that you've given up on life if you're wearing that. And he's like, I just wear it when I've given up on the day. Yeah, it was a lot better. I will say Jax not only got that right, but also he compared Tom and Katie to a messy room. And I'm like, all right, what are we doing? What little road are we going down here? What producers are going to be happy about this? And then he's like, instead of just cleaning it up, they Febreze that shit and act like nothing's wrong. And I was like, fucking nailed it, buddy. Thank you. Got it.
Don't worry, Jeff. He will come with some real bullshit for the next few episodes. So he's off the hook for now for that. But they haven't even talked today. Katie and Schwartz have not even talked. And all I can imagine is Butters and Gordo just walking around being like, have I lost my hearing? What's happening here? Why are mommy and daddy fighting? Please be okay. Because they're in this apartment just ignoring each other. And which is brutal and terrible. But hey, let's go to a shower. Let's head to our wedding shower here. Katie, I can't believe this is the first time that I've thought about this, about maybe her animosity with Ariana or something. Because possibly, and I never like to say one woman is jealous of another. And I don't perceive that Katie is jealous of Ariana, but she is insecure that Tom was on her side, because somewhere baked in there is some kind of self-consciousness about Ariana is super thin. She's blonde. She's one of the boys, which also Ariana's body is banging. Okay. So I see how it could be really affecting. We're like, oh my God, I gotta stand next to this motherfucker. I don't know.
It was right before she said it. And when Ariana was standing up, I was like, let's see, Ariana's blonde. I kind of went down the list. Lala's this. And Katie's just never going to be happy with either one of them. I wonder if and then she said it. Yeah.
But Katie does make a good point here. Even though some of her feelings are rooted in insecurity, Tom just never ever takes her side. And I think I remember saying this to an old boyfriend who was not real nice, but I remember saying hey man, you gotta be able to hurt somebody else's feelings to protect mine. Spoiler, he did not protect my feelings in lieu of hurting someone else's. This just in, Sunday has a bad picker. But that is what Katie's asking for. And whether she can't articulate
no offense, Carla.
No, it wasn't Carla. Carla's a
I know, I'm just saying,
beautiful baby.
For you having a bad picker.
I am reformed. Exactly. I'm a reformed person. But even then, they've been together 6 years now. There should be some foreknowledge that Schwartz can apply here that like Katie needs some support in some kind of way. But that migrates later. Yeah, like a couple of episodes later, it migrates into something else. But in this moment, Katie's like, just support me, just support me, just support me. And Tom's like, nah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I mean, they're just 10 feet away from each other, not talking. And I really didn't know at this point. I'm like, what's he and I'm not getting his back on something, let me just say. But I'm like, what is he supposed to be apologizing for right now? And then, is it Lala? Is it them at the restaurant? Just carry over from that, what is it? And then
they had a fight about Ariana too, blah, blah, blah.
Right. But then he goes up to her. I'm like, all right, well, he's going to give it a shot at least. So he goes up with his, in all his moo-moo with like, I'm sorry, dude. And like tries to plant that kiss when he grabs her face like he does all the time. And like, she doesn't want it. Then he's like,
everything better.
He's giving like the high five. In like 4 seconds, we saw him, I'm sorry, dude, a forced kiss and a high five. And this is charm. And she's like, he's trying to charm his way out. I was like, this is
that's the charm. Is the charm in the room with us right now? Because
I'm sorry, dude.
None of that is charming.
Oh,
yeah.
Well.
And it's not that he just doesn't take up for her and then kind of sweep her under the rug a little bit, but like he attacks her and belittles her. It's like, yeah, well, she doesn't even have the self-awareness to know that she's this, this, and this. She doesn't have the wherewithal or the self-awareness to call herself out. Like, it is so nasty. And Kristen's like, yo, dude, don't talk about her like that. And that is not the first or the last time somebody in their orbit has had to step in and be like, stop talking about her that way.
Far from the last. Far from the last one, Kristen Doty herself this weekend will say something.
God, I've got some things to say about old Kristen in a minute because old Kristen's back.
But better. She's new and improved. Like, there's something better about her.
Carter's too boring. Yeah, Carter's too boring for her to, like, unleash her shit on, so she has to, like, find it somewhere else.
And she has Carter doing some of her bidding at the same time also. She has him deployed out there to get information.
Yeah, she does. Like catching fire.
I had two about Jax. Like, what, he was like, yeah, it's like Shay giving sobriety advice. Does that mean we're to be worried about Shay or he's just a dick?
He's just a dick. I'm worried about Shay for many other reasons at this point. Because
Same.
It does seem like he is maintaining his sobriety. But can you imagine being part of this cast? And I'm not even talking
this
about
will come
episode
up.
17 that we get to in a minute. But even at this pool party, it is broad daylight out. And these people are blackout drunk. At some point, they are slurring. Make me a taco. Like, and this man is just standing there, like, questioning single thing he's ever done in his life. And we thought Sheena maybe was kind of like riding his sobriety with him, but she kind of dips in and out too a little bit. Like, she's not full on non-drinking, I think.
No, I'm like, get this guy 7 Otter Pops right now. Get him his Otter Pops.
Or send him home and let him sit on his couch and play Xbox while Sheena shows up to her job and works with her castmates, because that is what she's doing. You are excused, sir. Go home. It's too hot out here. Like, it just feel bad. But so then we go, speaking of shut up, sir, Jax and Brittany, and there's this like quick little back and forth, and I don't want to spend too much on it, but the fact that this man told her, you had one job. And listen, if that job isn't smothering that motherfucker with a pillow, then you know what? The world isn't right. How dare you talk to this woman this way? What? Like, you have been alive many years before her. Don't say, listen, I am going to go in and out on him too. And I look.
Oh, gross. That is a horrible way to put that also.
Oh, yeah. Let me rephrase that. But I do want to say this too, because we're covering 3 episodes, I am going to like turn on and then reclaim my affection for many of these characters. Ariana, at one point, within about 20 minutes of watching the episode, I loved her, then hated her again. So that's my disclaimer, is that please do not hold me to consistency, because I will disappoint.
Well, Jax always disappoints in my book on here, especially with his
LVP 2 weeks in a row. Don't you forget, sir. He had a moment of brightness.
Most of the time. Yeah, he took it well at the roast. I will say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one job thing's ridiculous. But then your boy Sandoval doing all the packing with his alter ego, in mind.
Yes, I do want to call attention to the dick wand in Sheena's suitcase that had teeth marks on it. I'm leaving it there. That's all I want to say.
All right, good.
And that's all I'm going to say about it. And I really hate this new thing that Schwartz is doing before we get to the thing where he says, "Isn't it feel so good when we're not fighting? Doesn't the air feel fresher?" Sir, don't act like you don't have any control over the air quality. I tell my 17-year-old son this too, because he'll do some fucking bullshit. And then I will respond. He will in kind respond, as a sassy 17-year-old. And then when I get mad, he's like, "God, why do we got to argue all the time?" I don't know, Schwartz. Why do we?
I said already
in your bubble.
Before we got to the other two, even I'm like, he right here, he can really start stepping it up, just as the partner here, and that's little did I know, what was to come.
Did you know too? And then Katie, and I swear, it's like they have amnesia. She's like, "Okay, let's make vows, right? Let's make some vows. I promise not to rage text." And he's like, and he, Schwartz is kind of hemming and hawing. Katie's like, "Well, don't you want to promise something?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'll have your back, but that's not going to be necessary because you're gonna toe the line, you're gonna fall in line, and you're gonna act cool, and I won't have to have any responsibility for it. You're gonna be the one that's entirely responsible for how our trip goes. And if anything goes wrong, me otherwise, it's your fault because you're a dumb bitch." Which he says later. I think I may have added dumb, but yeah. But what were you saying about Sandoval? So sorry, I cut you off about Sandoval.
Oh, it was before that one, about when he's packing up, getting ready they're packing for 2 girls and 2 guys between the two of them. So that's,
I believe that Sandoval also brought surplus for all the other guys. I think that he brought some alternative.
I think he wants to make sure that they're doing a little something. He's going to make sure of all that. But on to the airport.
Sure. Yes, woohoo! They're in New Orleans. The whole gang's getting there. It's Sheena and Shay's second wedding anniversary. What better place to spend your anniversary than New Orleans? It's so fun. And Jax's credit card has declined.
Jax sent his card.
Say one more time how you take care of this woman, Jax. Say it one more time. For the back.
He had,
look dumb.
How many jobs did he have? Back. He had one job.
One job. That's right, Jax. You had one job. Swipe your card, you dullard. And then they all go to their room, and production or editing, whichever it was, makes this big deal about how Stassi's in her single room. And they show her picking up the phone, and she can't be the life of the party because she's sad about the breakup. And just
right.
Stassi, get yourself together just for a few days. Wrap it up.
And you're not the life of the party usually. You're amusing and you're funny and you're this, but I don't know if it's life of the party. So I don't think Patrick has anything to do with life of the party. I'm happy to have her at the party. Absolutely.
Yeah. She's the judger, mean snarky at the party. She's the snark of the party. There you go. It took me a couple of steps to get there. She's the snark of the party.
Schwartz, right away, and they get there, we got forced kissing again. Mentions kissing strippers. His sweaty feet, and just cracks a beer all within less than half a minute. I'm pretty sure.
You can't be wasting time, sir.
And he's their lovely anniversary or a congratulations bottle from Lisa. I'm just gonna take that.
Yeah,
right out the bottle.
We'll just drink right out of the bottle. And the card essentially says, "Enjoy, please fuck. Please,
y'all,
please have marital relations with this woman."
Young people. While you're young, please. You're 30 years old. It's so good. Just go ahead.
And we did learn a little more about Ken, that she wouldn't allow him to have a bachelorette party because he was so naughty.
He's too naughty.
That she would have had to, cancel the whole wedding. Of course, they go to Bourbon Street because what else? But Stacy's prom date took her to Bourbon Street. First off, ma'am, where are your parents? I guess this was before Life 360 or
it's New Orleans. Also, if you've talked to people that grew up in the New Orleans, this is no surprise at all. I mean, where I went to school was half the school was Louisiana. Most of that New Orleans. That just sounds like a typical story right there.
Yes, but I mean, I bet they spent $1 zillion on that damn dress, $1 zillion on that limo for a police escort back to that limo for her to probably sleep off whatever cheap hurricanes that she got and miss her whole prom, right? Like, so get yourself together, New Orleans.
Some of that was added in by us. We
yeah,
we
I'm
took some
paraphrasing,
liberties.
obviously. Stassi's favorite bar is Pat O'Brien's.
That had to be just because of a plug, right? I mean, everybody from there also says like, well, you don't need to go to Pat O's. That's the like first thing you hear.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I could see them getting to go for free and stuff like that, like getting the hookup.
I would imagine.
Of course, they have room to film. Also, not all those bars along there have a ton of like room for 4 cameras to pop in. Like Pat O's has all the room. So
like back place back there where they can kind of walk around. And I have, so later on when we talk, instead of because the past, I have some because the youth. Because I didn't really put my
finger on that.
Because the past. Yeah, so because the youth. But this is where Tom number 1 takes off his mantle and passes it to Tom Schwartz. Tom Schwartz is Tom number 1 now. But there's this weird thing where like I couldn't understand what production was doing or what Tom was doing. So he initially was wearing a shirt that said Tom number 1. It was black.
Sandoval just made this confusing. He
right.
Yeah.
And then, but why was the shirt that he gave Tom Sandoval pink? Did he have more than Tom number 1? More than one? Why? To what end?
That's just the way, because I'm sure he wants to keep his Tom number 1 shirt, really. But that's after, though, like
the real one.
I mean, I love this. He's doing that right after, like, we're all showing up at the patio, and it's like, we're here. Let's have fun. I'm with it. You know, Brittany's got those ring shots. I'm like, that's awesome. Handing out shirts. I'm like, we're ready to go.
Something right now.
Yeah.
I can drink. Okay.
Yeah.
I can drink. I would not want to go up against Brittany Cartwright in a drinking contest. I think she could drink all of us under the table in my best day. This woman is like, they're trying to play They're trying to play beer pong. Let's put some shots in it. Girl, calm your tits. Like, it's broad daylight outside.
I don't know. I mean, you're talking about 18 years ago, though. Come on.
I don't know.
But I'm with you. I mean,
you watch one episode of The Valley. Like, I'm just saying, I listen, and that's not to dim my drinking light too, but this girl be putting it down. she goes hard.
We see Wine and Cheese eat.
Yeah, and the boudoir. But what are your thoughts on this, like the boudoir shots? Before or against?
I wasn't
silly or cheesy?
I'm not against by any means, and I don't know if they're cheesy. I just want to know. I mean, I think it seems like a sweet thing to do it. There's nothing about it wrong or anything. I just like, how often are you looking at those? You know,
that is my beef with it. It's such an impractical expense. Because also too, I get the sense that, okay, you know what? I really want my young 30-year-old body.
I do get, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
like do it. But so then you put him up in your bedroom. You have in him a book where he gets to like flip through them and like, you know, wank it when you're not around. Like,
I think it's just one of those things that sticks around, you know, like when you see the same rides at the carnival. That's another, like, just wedding stuff you get people, you know, like a boudoir book. You're like, and that's one local photographer staying in business because boudoir photos are.
Sheena's like, he's going to want to go straight back to the hotel after this. Psych, he doesn't. They meet them up out. Stassi's bringing over hurricanes, which that looks like a headache. I mean, everybody, you have to have a hurricane, obviously, when you go.
Oh, and they go down so easy. I mean.
Yes, but the coating in your throat and the hangover that you get the next morning, 'tis not worth it, my friend. 'Tis not.
Just don't get them. It's fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you have to have at least one, right? Like, but then.
No, I meant like just don't get headaches. That's what I used to tell people and really annoyed the shit out of them because I never.
Yeah, that's delightful, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's a delightful way to interact about hangovers because.
I think the first time I got hungover in New Orleans, I was 37 years old. That was brutal. That was a wake up call right there. None of the times in my 20s, but that one Yeah, in August, New Orleans hangover in your 30s is nice.
We go in October for a conference like every year because I have some colleagues that they all went to LSU together for grad school, and I kind of go with them. And I had to have a conference, and so it comes up on my memories every single year. But we had gone so hard the night before. I wasn't necessarily hungover, but my voice was completely gone. I have a little bit of a deep voice anyway, and it's kind of fragile. So any kind of yelling, we're outside, we're smoking, we're hollering, and I'm having to like gargle with warm, salty water before my conference. So when I stand up there to talk and give the paper, that I'm not sounding like I'm some crackhead on the street. It was awful. It was so bad. I went far too hard. I'll see if I can.
Speaking of life of the party,
pictures. Yeah, always. And then Stassi rolls her eyes about like, oh, Ariana wants to do everything alternative about a seance, but I wish we had seen that. Let's see the seance. That seems cool as hell.
Yeah, we're getting. I mean, New Orleans is it's the place for it.
Yeah, everybody's getting along, but then Vanderpump Rules happens, and Sandoval pulls Katie for a talk. Is that where we are? Did I skip something?
Yeah. No. We're there. The unwavering support for Lala.
That's a mischaracterization of that situation.
That's what
Number one, we hadn't seen hide nor hair of Lala in weeks. Okay, man.
It goes to Lala, then weaves into Ariana, and then she uses a phrase like, oh, this is the good times about to turn around. She's like, I don't have like anything deep rooted in my issues. I was like, oh boy, I bet you do. And we're about to find that shit out right now.
And that is where she flips, because Tom Sandoval suggesting that maybe there's something else happening, bubbling under the surface, and maybe that they should seek professional advice. That's what tips her. And then she's like, yeah, this comes to New Orleans to talk about my relationship. I just came to have fun. And so she gets wound up. She hasn't had fun the whole time, she says. She's out here to get her issues thrown in her face and then storms off like she's not proving the exact thing that Schwartz says about her all the time, that she just gets whipped up and then can't come down from that peak, right?
Yeah, then we see Schwartz and Ariana kind of talking about that, and they're drinking a little bit. And then for the first time in this series, Sandoval starts talking about them needing some therapy with each other. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the worst. Neither one of them want to do it, though.
You're right.
Okay.
No. I just want to say that like him anytime I need to say no.
So James did fine at the party. Just a little update. We don't got to revisit that, but James did fine. It went fine. Lisa can have my job. Absolutely not. Get on. That's all.
Yeah, James is pretty gross. Says some stuff about Gigi.
Yeah.
And also says, forget what you heard and remember where you heard it first.
I wrote that down. Whenever I was going to do on this episode, that's exactly, I don't know what that means. Forget what you heard. Remember where you heard it first, from the white Kanye. I mean, I can never unhear that. That's going to haunt me in the afterlife, the white Kanye of it all.
So
what the fuck does that mean?
You end up remembering it so you can forget it. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. So you want me to forget it or do you want me to remember it? I'm getting mixed messages here.
But he's got us talking about it.
I do really think that it's sweet how happy it makes Stassi to have everybody in her place.
Yes.
That warms me. You know what I mean? Like, because we talk a lot about in my family about having a crowded table. And there are some people who really enjoy having a crowded table and some people who need a little bit more solitude. And typically those people marry each other and spend the rest of their life negotiating that dynamic. Guess which one I am. And so Stassi,
the quiet, really mousy one? Is that?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Stassi is enjoying her crowded New Orleans table. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. You know, like she's most people in her place. I thought it was really nice.
I know. That's one thing I was looking forward to. I was so happy for her, that it was going to happen.
Jeff, you may not have picked this up, but Stassi's going through a breakup. Did you pick it up? Did you?
Yeah, and it really came out of left field for me. It had been at least 17 seconds since we'd heard about it, and I thought that was all over. Yeah.
She was really restrained about it. But I definitely want to talk about
Oh, yeah.
This exchange between her and Jax. Let's take a quick break. I'm going to pour me some limoncello. But I think I'm going to have to do it over ice because it came hot. And so when I come back, I'll have my drink with my limoncello lover boy. So we'll be right back.
Can't wait.
So the limoncello is good. I tried it. It's fine. Like, I mean.
Worth the wait then. Worth the months of waiting.
Let me, TBD about it coming straight out of the can, but it just came when it got delivered. Obviously, it's out on the front porch, and so it was really hot. So that's why I have to put it over ice. So.
Oh, what size ice are you using?
I mean, whatever my Frigidaire is.
What size glass have you got in?
Brittany pulls Stassi, right?
Yeah.
Now
they're the fun patrol.
Yes. Yeah. Really quick, because Jax hijacks it immediately. What do you think Brittany wanted to pull her to talk about? Because Brittany didn't pull her to talk about Jax. She pulled her to talk about something else. So what do you think?
I think she was just checking in with her. She said she would check in with her, see how she's doing. She's single, and she's around a bunch of couples, you see.
Yeah.
So I think she was just doing that.
Kissy face at your boyfriend. Don't you know I'm suffering? Don't make a kissy face at your boyfriend. Rude. Oh, okay. And so Jax, of course, is so afraid that one of these women is going to say something to the other woman that is going to incriminate him in some way. So he lurks on the periphery. And then when he makes eye contact with Brittany, he comes and sits down. And then it goes so weird. And we do have to remember that these people are blackout drunk for the entirety of these 3 episodes. It's almost absurd for us to talk about the conversations that they have in a real way, like it has any real meaning, because sometimes you can't even understand what they're saying to each other. But for the purposes of our viewing pleasure and our podcast, we are. But it's just like, these people are talking nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about this exchange between Stassi and Jax here.
Well, he asked her, because he walks up and they're talking about her being single. I mean, she actually is. And he's like,
she's single.
What's the issue? Like, what's her issue with it? Which is very weird. But he starts going in, and I guess we learn a little stuff about Patrick here. He really did want to distance himself. You don't buy it?
No. And I will agree with Jax. This is one moment that I will agree with Jax here, and I hate to sort of be so reductive about if he wanted to, he would, but if he wanted to, he would find a way. And if she wanted to, she would have too.
Right.
So you're telling me that this man you've been crying over for 10 episodes is not as important as this show? And if this man that you want so bad, you couldn't not work this job to be with him? And then Patrick, pretending or framing it that I just can't be around Jax. Okay, then don't. Don't be around him. But they film probably 3 days a week. Yeah, they film 3 days a week. Just treat it like she's on some sort of fire station shift where she has to be gone. I don't buy this at all. And I don't know if we'll ever get to the bottom of it, but it's not true. And her blaming Jax is just another way for her to execute some kind of punishment on him.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, it just leads into her. Yeah, when he wants to know, why would Patrick, want to be away from us? And she has to tell him, all the horrible things he did. I mean, I do think he's pretty blackout, but he also, he pretty immediately goes into all right, let's get this out of the way. I have a lot of shit and I'm going to unload it right now.
Yeah.
I think there really was, as much as for Stassi, for himself a little bit, to be it is good to just say that, I'm not going to talk about how great he is in here, but it is good that he's getting that out. I say, say it, let it out, man. Yeah.
And she even frames it as a release. You know what I mean? And so she kind of takes the stakes out of it a little bit. She says, and I think he is able to do this because there are no stakes left between him and Stassi. It doesn't matter. He's not losing an argument with his girlfriend by apologizing to Stassi. There's no stakes. And Brittany, Brittany's so stuck on this idea that he can't apologize to her. Well, it's different because he concedes ground when he apologizes to her. Now, that's not a right way to think about it. I'm just talking about how Jack sees it. He thinks that by apologizing to her or backing down to her or being soft with her, that he's giving something up or losing the battle. And so now there's nothing left to lose with Stassi. So he can be as real. And this man has got tears. And let me tell you what really struck me. He looked her dead in her eyes the entire time he was saying this very emotional monologue, eye contact. And I was like, ooh, this man been sitting on this for a minute.
Like I said, I think it did need to come out. And for us viewers, I'm glad it came out in this way, because it's like gets swallowed up by all this other big stuff going on and really isn't the main focus. So we just go, all right, maybe Jack's got some stuff out at least. Let's see what that leads to and move on.
What do you make of Brittany's reaction to it?
Well, she thinks it's not great for her, because now all she sees is all the stuff that he's done to her and not apologized for. Now that he is able to apologize to Stassi. Yeah. But he can't figure out what she would need to get apologized to for.
Whatever vulnerability that he just kind of unzipped and pulled out for Stassi, zipped it right back up. He's like, listen, you made me feel like shit a couple of times too, so fuck you. Fuck you. What? How dare me? And so he's just right back. He just snaps right back. And Brittany's like, damn, man, this is tough stuff. But Brittany never stands her ground long enough. And that's the end of episode 15. Season 5, episode 16, not episode 6, 16. Man Tears and Braziers. And I spelled it correctly in my notes, but as you pointed out earlier, it is not spelled. Did you do a Google on the way that they spelled it?
Yeah, brazier. I mean, I know what that is. It's a metal or steel vessel. Like it's used to burn char wood or burning charcoal. Like we've used them. Like we use them in restaurants. That's why I knew the term.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, maybe because you said with high hopes, like, well, maybe they used it because it's like a place or it's a colloquialism. Or,
well, that guy did the crab boil in something you could call a brazier. So,
maybe.
I'm going to go with Man Tears and Braziers and move on.
For sure. So, Jeff, like the very first scene, honey, you got to get up, wake up for gator hunting, and I got a fancy lunch. Man, I can't with these idiots. Like, what?
You thought that was better than, oh, was that me that farted? He doesn't even know his bodily functions are just,
In the middle of this exchange, this happens, but like, honey, you got to wake up for gator hunting.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. And they're all so hungover. And this could just be like the unilateral umbrella because the youth, they are just hurting, but they rally immediately.
Oh, they're just still drunk. I mean, they're just still wasted right at this point. Yeah. But I mean, good for them.
These MFers are in New Orleans in late July, possibly early August.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where at the time of us taping this, that's where we're at. We're in late July, about to be in early August, and they just issued a heat dome warning: stay inside, don't go outside for fear of loss of your life.
We got the Bubbas sleeping separate, of course.
I do want to say, and I've said this before, really quick. Brittany is not afraid to pick a fight with this man upon first waking up.
Mm-hmm.
And she must have never had a partner who was real mad in the morning.
She's just ready to go, man. She's just ready to go.
You remember crying? And then he was like, listen, you're kicking a dead horse, Brittany. She corrects him, but it's the same.
She's already half a Four Loko down. She's half a fence post to Four Loko down and ready to go.
Like I almost gagged on my limoncello, my Loverboy limoncello, thinking about Four Loko. That was Nolan when she was in high school. So this Nolan would have been in the peak of the Four Loko business. But yeah, they sleep separate, just as LVP and Ken called it. They are, mad fight. But don't do the dumb baby voice. Jeff, I knew you wanted to do this dumb baby voice.
I did.
Don't do it. I cannot. It makes my skin crawl.
He just wakes up, starts drinking beer, and he's like, you're mean to me.
But then the girls go to Galatoire's, and I've been there as well. Real fancy. I wonder what Galatoire's was like thinking when they were like traipsing in with this giant fucking crew.
They've been on TV 1,010,000 times.
I know.
Yeah, they've had every show in the world that's filmed in New Orleans is filmed there. I mean,
but I wonder if that manager sat down and played an episode of Vanderpump Rules. You know, like, let me just see what I'm getting into, and then still said yes. We've seen tables flipped. Like, they're standing on the banquettes. They're throwing glasses. They are wrecking shops across the Western Seaboard. And they're like, sure, come on, bring it on in. Vanderpump Rules is a very special kind of chaos that I just don't know why anybody would accept that liability. Like the rusty nail later, fine. Okay, fine. But, I don't know. Katie is just already bitching. I want a notebook boyfriend. Anybody but Schwartz. And Kristen kind of gives us a little bit of light. They had a fight last night, too.
Yeah.
And Schwartz was the problem. And even Carter had to step in because they were fighting about what? I don't know. Uber. Fine. Y'all hate each other. And now
sometimes,
now you have sucked New Orleans in to your black hole of hatred and animosity. And other people are having to mediate y'all's disgusting behavior with each other.
Yeah, Schwartz is staying pretty ready to turn it up. They hit the fan boat, and man, he's crushing some Coors Lights. Oh, this was awesome. I would absolutely love to do this.
And
yes.
With Ariana, she's with the boys, So in principle, I'm mad that she's too fucking cool. She wants to be the cool girl with the boys. But like in practice, hell yeah. I'd pick this any day. And Derek, the boat captain, the airboat captain,
Derek
with that
is
accent.
Awesome. Yes.
He gets that little off across the country.
He gets that little baby gator and starts biting on Schwartz with it. Oh, it's amazing. 10 out of 10 for Derek.
It seems like it's hot though. Like
I said looks real hot. I wrote that in my notes.
I can't get an airboat with a cover.
It's 105 here today, and I still wrote looks real hot.
Oh, they're on the water too. Like
all the scenes here are great. Yeah.
Yeah, this is high comedy right here.
It goes right to like, y'all want to hand out bracelets now? I was like, because it goes back and forth. Who's more tame? Like, who's winning this? Goes back and forth. So right now, I'm like, I don't know, man. And also, did you know why? Did you see what bracelet Stassi got?
Sexy and single.
She's single. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah,
that's why they gave her.
Which was kind of mean too. Like, Carter, calm down. Don't make sex. Just make her sexy.
Carter didn't get that on his own. Kristen told him to. Carter's not bringing stuff that he picked out somewhere.
Well, she sure did blame him. But so I really hate the phrase "piss drunk." But Jack says, Schwartz, God, you're piss drunk. And then, ever the psychological mastermind, insightful as ever, he's like, I think that it might be because of Katie that Schwartz is drinking so much.
Their little crab boil here. Schwartz kind of feels bad for the crab sometimes. This is where it's at, man. They got the corn and potatoes in there. Yeah.
I know. Like, they're taking their Coors Light roadies on an airboat. Like, this is peak fun. Give me this over walking around in my chiffon dress downtown. Like, whatever.
I don't like the smell of seafood. Why don't we get out of here? Like, this fish is so pungent. Yeah, they had Sheena and Kristen had to get up out of there.
Derek terrorizes these fucking dummies. There's a snake in the donut box. There's a snake in the cooler. There's a snake. I know. I love it so much. I took a picture every single time. It's so fun. Sandoval is going to prank Schwartz. And there's also going to be, so there's lots of gator antics, but as always, there's lots of homoerotic antics as well. So,
we had a butt on the head, of course.
Stassi is not farmer adjacent enough for farmers only. That's a burn.
Great farmers only plug. I love that.
And
Kristen and Sheena are figuring out the whole reason all this is going on.
Jeff, all of a sudden, every one of these idiots has a fucking psychology degree, a certificate in love and marriage counseling. These two put their head together and is like, you know what? I really think that this is just a result of her pent up feelings about Vegas. And
right.
I guess they've been whispering behind the scenes because I thought this was dead and gone. I thought this was like
I did too. I did too.
And even when Kristen says that she saw that text, like nothing came of it. Well, Katie, as one does, stews on it, puts it down in a box, lets it fester And then anytime that she gets mad about any small inconvenience, lets it rip. Oh, you didn't put the toilet seat down? Well, I guess you fucked the girl in Vegas, so that seems right. Like,
no.
Letting it rip. Let's do the same poll that we did with Miami Girl and then also Jax's relations with that woman. Do we think that Tom Sandoval fucked that girl? Let's look at the evidence, okay? He woke up in her room very early by his own admission. Jax says that he came back to the room in which him and Carmen were sharing, eat up with guilt, saying, oh no. And then Jax's words,
spinning around.
Basically, he basically confessed. And then Kristen saw a text message between these two bright minds, basically admitting it or someone alluding to it. So Tom fucked that girl, yeah?
I mean, why not? Sure. There's no reason for me not to believe it. Yeah.
Exactly. There is absolutely no
And if he's
reason.
had to hear about it for 4 years, maybe I hope so. I don't know.
Well, it feels like we're missing a piece of context here, right? Like,
I mean,
did something come up? Did she come back around? Did she not be like? What?
I think it's what you're saying.
It.
It's just been sitting there. So, and I think we're getting close to the marriage, and she doesn't want to get married, so she's putting this thing on him. So they may have to break it off. That's
you think Katie doesn't want to get married?
No, I haven't thought either one of them have really for a while. I mean, she wants to get married. She doesn't want to marry Schwartz.
Katie wants a wedding.
Katie does want to get married, not to this dude, but he's here right now, so he's going to have to do it.
And so you were talking about the boys' picnic too, with the blue crab, and that accent is just so buttery. It just just drips all over you. Like
Sunday.
And so Jax cops to the responsibility of the Tom cheating, and he's like, "Look, man, I didn't know they were going to be engaged." And so I was like, "Oh, listen, we got to forgive him because he didn't know that he was helping Tom cheat on his future wife. He just thought he was helping Tom cheat on his girlfriend."
Even though that has been said, he has said he would like to see that happen.
Or right in front of Katie. Yeah, exactly.
This is where I start knowing Carter's like the girls' team liaison. Like he's here like for the mouthpiece of them and to gather information, and all of that's getting funneled right back to them.
He's the emissary.
That's exactly right.
Because they're like, oh, that's Kristen propaganda. And I wonder how long Sandoval's been sitting on that phrase, waiting for a chance to whip it out. Because he said it once, twice, 5 times, 10 times. Kristen propaganda. Kristen propaganda.
Oh, Sandoval goes off.
And then Shay pipes in with his worthless advice. Sir, go home. These men are not your friends. Like, get back on your Call of Duty Xbox server and just live out your life.
Gladly.
These men are not your friends. And this is the first introduction of Sandoval being compared to a battered wife, and stupid. And this is where he gets really emotional because Coors Light gets a man right in the heart parts. I just want him to be happy. Y'all want him to admit what Katie's doing to him. And even in the freaking confessional, this man is crying tears.
He's emotional. He is.
I wrote, "You're a girl." I don't know why.
Because you always say that when Sandoval cries.
No, because it was Ariana. She was like, "Oh, God, I didn't know I was going to have all these tears. That's why I came with you guys. I was trying to avoid the tears." You realize you're a girl, right? Like, you're a woman. Don't fucking, like, cut my throat with your internalized misogyny. See, I go back and forth on her. Like, 1 minute I'm down. 1 minute I'm just like, yeah. And the next minute I can't. But, like, don't mock the girls. You are of the girls, okay? You're about to reap the benefits of the girls later, so, like, shut your hole.
Hop over to Sir for a second.
Yeah.
With Lisa and Chef Joe.
So we get some restaurant stuff here.
Yeah, let's just do 3 new dishes. You want to just throw 3 dishes together right now? I would love to see how that played out.
Out of nowhere. Yeah.
So
and then we're going to have a tasting table. We're going to do a tasting table, so you can just bring that out whenever you're ready, but...
Yeah.
Oh, the chef.
Those mushroom pants. I'm going to fire you for wearing mushroom pants. People love when you joke about them being fired. That's hilarious. That's good stuff.
Especially. And then when she leaves, they talk about wanting to fuck her, but they're not allowed to say fuck their boss on TV, so they say marry.
Well, I mean, if they married her, they'd be doing pretty well. So, I mean, they would probably also like to marry her.
Then we go back, and Kristen gives her real present to
That's
Katie.
right.
And I cannot tell how to feel about this.
Okay.
Because on the one hand, these, like, obviously Kristen had to pay her fee and, like, you know, give her the booking payment or whatever. And then also she got the tips. So
right.
Her job was secured in that way.
Correct.
Then, are they treating it like a joke, or are they enjoying it ironically, or are they really?
No, I don't think so.
How was the vibe between them and the lady stripper? Like, I couldn't really get a sense, because, like,
I think they were.
She was like kind of eye rolling, and I don't know.
I think they were getting right along. I liked it. I mean, I think they were having a lot of fun with it. I mean, I think they were partying. This is the afternoon time filler, because there's always like, we're going to lunch and doing this, and tonight we're doing this. So you have that like weird in between time sometimes. What's that bop around time? And you don't want to get too hammered. So you're like back at the hotel doing something. And she's like, why don't we have a stripper come by?
I don't know. I mean, like, I would enjoy it. And it seems like there was a couple of them that absolutely did, right? You know, like Kristen really like leaned into it. Ariana really leaned into it. Stassi felt weird, almost like she was mocking it a little bit. And then,
I think she got into it.
I don't know. I had some mixed feelings about it. The afternoon bop around time for the boys is Aubrey Sinclair, their drag mother, with their sisters Star and Anastasia.
That's right. Jax's reaction to them coming in is fantastic. Like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, he sees that happen and he's like, oh shit, this is like real. We're going to do this.
And the suggestion that there's a tuck happening, but he leans into it. He's just fine, do it. And this is where I'm off Ariana again. She pops into the girls and she's like, we're breaking so many gendered stereotypes. Yeah, until you reassemble those stereotypes with your internalized misogyny. Like, you can't have it both ways. No. You can't be mocking the girls having emotions the scene before this and then be like, yeah, we're out here just like throwing dollars like the boys. Like, that is not how it goes. And I just didn't.
Well, she doesn't like the gender norms of the girls crying. She likes the breaking down the gender stereotypes of the girls having the party with the stripper there.
I don't know if crying is a gender norm, but she was mocking.
She's saying that.
She's mocking.
That's not me.
Right, exactly.
That's not me.
Yeah. And so I'm just saying, can't have it both ways, Ariana. You know what?
Well, she says she can. She looks like she's doing a pretty good job of having both.
Yeah, I know. And I'm holding her accountable for that suggestion. But
with her Jax's earlier look, his of realization he's going to have that wasn't as good as his face when they send him the picture of the girls having strippers.
Yeah,
he was like,
I want to go to there, please.
Like, that's happening right there with people I know. Oh my God. Oh man.
What do you think Brittany's mom would think about this? Because Brittany didn't seem have any qualms.
Oh, well, she just got caught up with all those other Hollywood girls for this. You know, she doesn't normally be around that kind of thing.
Well, I think she's still the same girl from Winchester, Kentucky.
Well, she got taken by all them folks now. Now they're in another big city. But yeah,
the boys are really, really ugly women. Peter, they're all trying to pin down what Peter looks like, and I think he looks like a younger, more Hispanic Mrs. Roper.
He wants to be at Sir, right? That's the reason he doesn't get into drag very much.
Why am I here? And is he a bridesmaid? Not a bridesmaid. Is he a groomsman?
I just love that you asked if Peter was a bridesmaid, because his drag is so good. You thought that was a woman for a moment?
Yes. No, his drag is terrible.
I thought I was in Coral Gables and somebody needed of the Gordons and soda. Yeah, no, he's the worst out of all of them. But I'm like, he's thinking about work right now. He's thinking about what's going on at Sir. I guarantee you.
But they all look terrible. Even Sandoval, who is like going full into the experience and is really wanting to, like have like the drag experience, they all look insane. But I'll tell you one thing though, I'm back on Ariana, I'm back up. She looks so pretty so fresh faced. Like when she doesn't have any makeup on, like she's got all of her makeup on, but she's like about to do her. She looks gorgeous. And then it flashes to her confessional when they're really, really made up. And it's almost like two different women. I mean, she just looks so pretty. She looks so pretty. But
and also her like little character, it looked like
oh my God.
Like when Bieber would be done on SNL with Kate McKinnon as Justin Bieber is what it reminded me of.
Yes.
I loved it.
Like, it is so funny. And she just stays in character. She's so funny about it. But I wrote down their names too, right? Schwartz is Visa Vanderpump.
Mm-hmm.
Sandoval is Sandoval turns into Jen Rod, but I don't know what his original name was.
I don't remember even. I had Sunday. What's their names? Because I knew you were gonna have it.
Ariana Jordan Tyler, because of course he is.
Yeah.
Peter is Petra Honeysuckle. Jax is Tina Lamar, which is inspired by something, but he can't tell us because it's top secret.
So time to hit the rusty nail, of course.
Yeah, and I think they do find that people are really good sports. They just really, really lean into it, and obviously these men are kind of making a joke. They're not actual drag queens because actual drag queens look beautiful and well appointed. And they look like sloppy messes. Also,
I think they did a fine line. Yeah.
Well, I want to, whoever did Schwartz's makeup, I have a bit of a bone to pick with them. Making that man's eyebrows so thin was so demented. And like throughout the night, his wig went back farther and farther and got like shifted and crooked farther. He looked so demented, like a demon that had crawled out of the grave and is chasing me through the streets of Azusa. Like, he is insane, and he gets more and more so as the night goes on. He's like walking by just grabbing people's drinks, like taking a sip of them. Like, oh, where's my dick? You just want a dick? I can't says. And then Jax pees on his dress, and I just find it hilarious.
Jax pees with the door open, just like he does at home.
Yeah, and I find it hilarious that Sandoval sort of leaned in. I wrote Sandoval plays it straight. And then what I wrote, because he's like performing a stereotypical drag queen. He's like bitchy and catty and like, ooh, and I just think this was so fun. And that they won. I mean, like, I want to be with the boys in this case. So, call me a hypocrite for getting after Ariana, but like, yeah.
Like some of these 40-year-old women that are out, like, are watching this show on Bravo and are like, fuck yes. Like, that dude from my show just came in dressed like a woman. He looks maddening, and I'm here for it. Drink my Chardonnay. Have some of it.
I'll buy you a drink. I ain't a woman, but I ain't a man, but I'll buy you a drink. Like, they are loving it. Meanwhile, Kristen is ruining everybody's murder tour with her drunken preoccupation with Schwartz's cheating. Like,
I thought you would appreciate this.
Well, I think that would be really fun to go on this tour, but not with this loudmouth Luno over talking the tour guide, and everywhere that's like, yes, because it's cheating. It's because it's the ghost, because it's cheating, because it cheated. And this
she's really poking the bear here.
This is where we start to see like season 2 Kristen start to, like, all of the pieces that had broken apart start to reassemble into like Crazy Kristen, because her mission now is vindicate Katie. She doesn't have to focus on Ariana. She doesn't have to focus on Miami Girl. She has got her sights set on Schwartz, and she's coming. She can't think about anything else. They're out here trying to just enjoy a nice murder tour. She can't think about anything else. All she can think about is getting to Schwartz to ruin his night.
Yeah. And retroactively throwing some shade at Sheena's bachelorette party.
Because why wouldn't she? I mean, if I had to choose between carving a dick out of a cucumber and going on a murder tour, I'm going to pick murder tour all day.
Oh, absolutely. But there's just to bring it up, like, I can see Sheena watching this in a few months, like, what the fuck was that? Nobody was even talking about it. And you would, like, you know how much you wanted to be at that party that night? Like,
yeah. Remember?
Come on.
Problems. But Shay didn't go out because he got, quote, sun poisoning, which, listen, I would have sun poisoning too if I knew what I was getting into with that crowd. Like, I'm going to stay here, eat my chicken fingers and snacks. Like, y'all have at it. As a sober person, that would just that would just crawl all over me. I'm like, oh my God, you people are disgusting. Ugh, where's my...
No, I'm going to get a nice room service burger, those onion rings, and have it right here on the bed. I got my controller hooked up, ready to... But, Sheena said he may be exaggerating, like, to stay away from him, which I was wondering about her and Montauk. Like, she kept giving all those excuses rather than just saying, like, no, I'm not drinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody knew that he wasn't drinking. I just think that he wanted to opt out of the drunken
madness.
Yeah, and that he was like, oh, my skin. I'm so sorry I can't participate in drag night.
Yeah.
Then this is the Sir tasting menu with the cabbage soup. I didn't even write anything out about it. Is there anything I need to know about the tasting menu and cabbage soup?
Not about the soup. No, we get to meet Tara, a server I don't think we've met before. But we had a couple hits. She was a hard pass on the cabbage soup. The ahi tuna with beets and a little lemon and olive sauce was good. But then the fruit de mer, a hit. And that's how they do that.
The cabbage soup is what you would eat if you wanted to lose 30 pounds, is what I recall her saying about that.
And they have the idea that maybe the girls and guys trips should be separate.
Huh. Maybe they knew a little bit more about things than they did, because
that's just weird.
Shit. You guys all ruined your own time. Like, y'all all ruined your own time by being together, which doesn't bode well for Katie's marriage. But okay.
No. And once again, hopefully he's not sleeping on the couch.
He is. 100% he is. Well, this night he sleeps in Jackson Brittany's room.
That's right.
They're all back at the hotel by 12:30, and I wondered this. I wonder if production was like, listen, we want to film this entire thing, but we cannot be out here roaming the streets of New Orleans. Y'all got to get back and film at the hotel by 12:30, because it just seems so early.
I don't think that was planned at all. I think that was they're hammered, and I mean they've just been going at it, and I mean they probably were like, let's go back to the hotel and figure out something else maybe, and then that turned into, holy shit, we're just hammered and we're going to start tearing into each other. Because like some people were already like in there, like Stassi was already up at her room sneaking a listen.
And I'm just wondering, I just thought production may have intervened, because as we see, there are varying degrees of sobering up for different ones.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like Jax comes back sober as a judge. Kristen comes back. Well, maybe not Kristen, but like Schwartz stays in the way he plays the whole time. Yeah. Like he never gets straight up. Sandoval comes back straightened up. So I feel like just to keep all of this, because maybe their producer saw is like, oh, something's a brewing. Y'all just stay here so we can just we have eyes on all of y'all. But this shit went so left. Like, this is a nightmare. And Stassi, God love her. God love her. She says that
this is great.
Looks like, your friend who spells it with Tiffany, who spells it with an I, who needs a ride to the check cashing place and then needs another ride to the 7-Eleven to get cigarettes, because
wonderful.
Exactly.
10 out of 10. Exactly. Once again.
Mm-hmm. And Katie, girl, she tells in her confessional that, nobody understands mine and Schwartz's relationship. It just can't be understood. And if you can't understand it, just be glad that it's not yours. I am.
Yep. That was the most
glad.
Well, okay. Everybody would be glad to not be in a relationship where you fight all the time. I think most people would. I love Jackson Brittany getting back to the room and like taking off their falsies together.
Yeah.
Like taking
Yes. Look, let's end part 1 here, and we'll pick up in part 2, and we'll talk the bulk of the hotel shenanigans in part 2, because that is where sort of the meat of all of the conflicts live. And so we can spend most of our time in part 2 talking about that. Okay.
I love going out on falsies. See you next time.